Good morning, everybody. My name is Leah. I'm a licensed esthetician of over 16 years. I've touched tens of thousands of people's faces, and this is a sequence of videos where I review full brands for a week or more. I try to get full morning and night routines from the brand so that I can test them out for you guys who I consider my YouTube or social media clients. This week we're doing Prequel, and I got their double cleansing routine. This is their 5% glycolic and glycerin wash. Then I also got their cleansing oil, pre-cleansing oil. I got their 2% retinaldehyde active nighttime anti-aging cream, and their solar sunshade protective moisturizer, as well as this is like a lightweight moisturizer. It's called the half and half with peptides and moisturizer, peptides and ceramides, I'm sorry. And I purchased these with an interest in affordable, accessible anti-aging. And also I was interested in this for my melanin blessed skin complexions. I talk with people who have olive or darker complexions about integrating more ceramides into their skin, just because their skin's adapted to not have as many ceramides in it, and in certain climates that can cause pretty detrimental amount of dehydration in their skin, and ceramides are really great at locking moisture into their skin. So I was interested in trying this because it does promote such a high percentage of ceramides in it. I've used these products for a week, and I'm going to use them again today so that you guys can kind of see how I use them. And then I'm going to talk to you about whether or not I kind of approve them for my original expectations of them. First, I'm going to pre-cleanse with their cleansing face and body oil. And just so you know, these are crazy generous sizes for face and body. And all of these together, I did get this as part of, purchasing as much as I did. But all of these together were just over $110. I don't usually get into prices so much with my reviews, but it was something that I was like, I wanted to talk about something that is more economically sustainable in products. And so that was one of my expectations of this. Is this going to be high quality for the dollar amount? Okay, so I really enjoyed this, and I think this is an excellent pre-cleansing oil. It emulsifies really, really well. It doesn't irritate or kind of drown or flood out the eye. If it gets in the eye, it rinses out really, really well. So if you're in the market for a cleansing oil, this is excellent. It is completely unscented. There is no scent. There's not even a scent of unscented inside of this product. So I enjoyed it just because there wasn't anything, no opinion that I could give on the scent of the product. And I did love how much it cleansed and removed makeup, and then didn't cause any eye drowning or irritation. And when I say drowning, it's like when you get oil in your eye and then you kind of see blurry for the rest of the day, which can happen with a lot of cleansing oils or even oil serums and moisturizers if they get too close to the eye. Some people are more sensitive to that than others. So as an esthetician, pre-cleansing is an essential part of the cleansing routine. I never not double cleanse. So yeah, this is first thing I would start with to remove and break up makeup. The next thing is this cleanser glycolic non-drying acid cleanser, and it says it has 50% glycerin, which sounds all nice, but if you know anything about glycerin like I do, it is very sticky and heavy, and you can definitely feel it in this product because it has it's very thermal, so it almost warms up. Glycerin warms up as you apply it, which feels really good. And if you see, I didn't even use water with this. It starts to emulsify. Glycolic acid 5% is a pretty low percentage, which is good for cleansing daily. It's, can be mild enough to not cause any irritation. Glycerin's an excellent humectant that pulls water into the skin. But what I will say about this cleanser is that it does leave a little bit of a tacky residue on the skin. So if you're somebody who does not like the feel of lotions or, kind of a lingering moisturizing residue on the skin, you may not like this cleanser. I did end up using this on my body, or I will end up using this mostly on my body more so than on my face. I did not find that it was disruptive to my barrier in any way, but it definitely affected kind of how my skin felt and how things kind of were on my skin throughout the day. It's promoted with the glycerin to be like a barrier replenisher. So if you're using an acid wash, especially if you're using it daily, it's going to break down your skin barrier. And it's really important that when you use acids, you restore your barrier immediately after using them as best you can. Nothing is quite like your own barrier, but you can definitely be supplemental and restorative by putting emollients and hydrators and oils back onto the skin. So yeah, I prefer this on the body. Excellent for people who have texture who feel really, really dry constantly. I do feel like this is a great moisturizing, exfoliating body cleanser, but for the face, it wasn't my favorite consistency. At nighttime, I used the 0.2% retinaldehyde. Now, I love retinaldehyde as a retinoid. So retinaldehyde is just kind of a more refined version of retinoic acid. It bypasses some of the things that the skin has to do in order to utilize retinol, and it significantly reduces some of the irritation, sensitivity, and dryness that comes with any other form of retinol. So I do prefer retinaldehyde. Now this is a 0.2%. It's a 0.05% more than what I was using before with the Naturium 0.15. I will say with this formulation, it didn't cause any irritation, no dryness, definitely worked as a retinoid. I did feel like my skin was a little bit more soft and delicate after using it, but this formulation was not better than my 0.15% from Naturium. And I say that because when I use the Naturium retinaldehyde, it significantly refines the size of my follicles. I didn't notice my follicles becoming more refined with this. I feel like some of the ingredients in it may have been a little bit heavy or not quite as breathable as the serum from Naturium. And this is like a creamy formulation. So this is one of those things where more is not necessarily better. Although it didn't cause irritation at all on my skin, it wasn't my favorite formulation of retinol that I've ever used. Definitely better than tretinoin as far as feel and breathability, and not as sensitizing, but not as breathable and skin refining as my Naturium product. So I use this at night every single night, and that says something for a 0.2% retinoid. Didn't cause sensitivity and irritation, but wasn't my favorite retinaldehyde serum that I've ever tried. This is what I used in the morning. So after cleansing, I just put this immediately on. I would have loved to use my vitamin C serum underneath it, but I didn't. I wanted to really feel this out and see how it wore. This is excellent at locking moisture and hydration into the skin, but it does definitely leave kind of a layer of film, as you would say, on the skin. And you would think, so there's like a difference between, I prefer the feel and look and kind of the blend, the melting in organic oil versus something like this, which uses, preservatives and other ingredients that are more protein rich and sit more on the surface to lock and bind water underneath. Do I think that this is great for my melanin blessed, my olive and deeper skin tones? Absolutely. I do think this is an excellent supplemental product to use, and I would say that of all the ceramide rich products out there, this is one of the richest, and I think that this would be better for those skin complexions. But for me, I may just use this on my body. Wasn't heavy, was lightweight, but not, I craved my oils and my butters, the, you know, consistency on my skin versus this consistency, which was just, it was fine. It was just a little bit tackier than oils typically feel on my skin. I loved this. So this is an excellent sun protection. It is a 46 PA++++, and the formulation is very thin and lightweight. It has an oatmeal kind of and I should put this on, right? So this actually has like you kind of like shake it out like that, which is okay. It's a little messy for me. You can't really squeeze it. It's really hard. I don't know. That's it's kind of fun, I guess. But I used about this much, and I put it on my chest first. And all of these are unscented. There's no essential oils in these products. I think she's, you know, a dermatologist and steers away from scents, and I'm absolutely against artificial fragrance, but I sometimes like a little bit of something in it that smells pretty, whether that be like a flower essence or a smidge of essential oil. I'm not a big essential oil person either, but just something. But it's fine. There are people with high porosity and super sensitive skin really cannot really take fragrance or essential oils, don't want to smell anything. And this is excellent for, you know, my nose is out there that just really don't like to have scent in their products. So completely unscented, no weird unscented smell. And you can see it's kind of warm. It is glycerin based as well, and it does absorb really nicely, and it feels really hydrating. But I kind of felt like I was just missing something more underneath it. I don't know how to describe that really to you guys, but it's not 100% like bioorganic and, you know, made specifically to be kind of eaten by the skin. So there's just some ingredients in here that are more for consistency at the surface of the skin and barrier restoration. Then this guy. So this I would continue to use and continue to buy, and I do think that this would be excellent for all complexions, all skin types, all skin conditions, and it is very sheer and lightweight. This also just gives a really pretty finish on the skin, and it smells very soothing. It does have oat extract in it, and it smells like oats. And you can see it's not white. It's like a very creamy kind of color. And this is a chemical sunblock, so it does not leave a white cast or blue residue on the skin. It's very sheer and transparent. Any and all complexions, skin tones, skin types could use this. And I think they'd enjoy it because it is such a lightweight formulation, but it's not drying, but it's not greasy either. So probably my favorite. These two were probably my favorite products from this line compared to other things that I have. Now, did it meet my expectations for being an economical choice to combat anti-aging? Absolutely. If you're somebody who's looking for a relatively clean, unscented, active, and budget-friendly product line, I would strongly, highly suggest looking into this. I would switch out immediately my big corporate crappy products like Cetaphil and CeraVe for these. I think these are an excellent alternative brand to those very crappy companies. They are not cruelty free, they are mostly water, and they are capitalistic in every sense of the word. They are terrible, terrible companies to support. So Prequel is cruelty free. It's a relatively small brand, but it is easy to find. They are sold at Target and online. They offer generous sizing. You can definitely use these on your body. I do love these as body products, and I would use these regularly as body products. I just, some of the formulations weren't exactly for me, but no breakouts, no sensitivity. I didn't particularly purchase these for me specifically. I purchased these with other clients' needs in mind, and I definitely feel like this brand met those needs. So hope you enjoyed, and thanks for stopping by and watching me like and subscribe.